You want to change your life. You're manifesting, you're meditating, you're doing all you know how to do, but nothing's changing. Hi, it's Lori. Thanks for joining me. Is that you? Do you feel like you're doing everything that you should be doing? You've followed the how to steps on how to raise your vibration, you've been meditating, you've been doing affirmations, and things don't seem to be changing. Well, there could be a few reasons for that, and I'll focus quickly on a couple of them. One of them could be absolutely nothing you're doing wrong and you're just under attack, and actually you're doing things right. If that's the case, you need to bind, rebuke, and loose. And I have other videos on that, and I'll talk about that a little bit later in another video. But what I wanted to talk about today is sometimes we can block our hopes, our dreams, our goals from manifesting by simply living within our own bubble. Now, I've done whole classes on this, on living within your own bubble. And other, people that are living within their own bubble don't even seem to recognize what's going on in the world outside of them. Now, I hear many people say I don't watch the news, and honestly, I don't watch the news either because I don't have cable. I don't watch much TV at all, but I don't listen to the news anymore. I got into a period in my life where I was listening to the news all the time, and it can bring you down. And that's okay. I'm not saying it's not okay to not watch the news, but so many people live in apathy outside of their own bubble. They create their own bubble in their life, which would include themselves, their family, their closest friends, um, the people that they see regularly, that they talk to regularly, that they really care about. And they can be the sweetest people, kindest, most generous people to them. But outside of their bubble, they're apathetic. I know that a lot of people that claim to be spiritually evolved, they have their own belief system. A lot of the New Age movement is like this, and I used to be a part of the New Age movement. And what happens with a lot of them, and I'm not saying every one of them, but a lot of them buy into the belief that we're all on our own journey, and we really are. That much is true. It's almost like they take truth and they twist it. So we're on our own journey, and whatever's happening in somebody's life is supposed to be happening, so you can't interfere too much. A lot of people get into like the victim blaming, and they don't proclaim to do that, but by saying this is your own karma, this is your own stuff, that's actually what you're doing. Other times it's not that. Other times it's just a total oblivion to other people and their needs. What really gets me is I expect apathy from the world and worldly thinking people that are not spiritually advanced, um, or are not flowing in a high vibration. But for those who proclaim to know God and claim to be spiritually evolved and working on themselves and working on their spiritual energy and are totally apathetic to others' needs, if you're apathetic to others' needs, you're blocking your own vibration. So it's kind of a vicious cycle. Um, the best way to live in a state of manifestation, okay, because you can meditate, you can do all, like I said, the how-to steps to manifest, and you can get things done. So many people are caught up in the law of attraction these days, and you can get things done. But if you take out the human aspect, if you take out God, if you take out caring about other people, you're really, really hurting yourself. So, in the end, if all you care about is yourself, you're actually doing yourself harm. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Now, I'm not going to say that there's people out there that don't find themselves successful, especially financially, by not caring about anybody else. You know the old saying, the rich are rich because they don't give anything away, right? But honestly, you're not going to do yourself any harm by helping other people. The way the universe works, the way that God set it up, is by helping other people, you actually bring to yourself prosperity. So if you can have the trust that God's going to take care of you, and in turn you take what you have and you help others, you're actually living in a state of manifestation. So first you have to be of a positive belief system. And I'm not talking about belief in God or belief in any kind of entity or energy or anything like that. I'm talking about your subconscious beliefs about money, your subconscious beliefs about yourself, are you worthy? Now these can be tricky because they're subconscious. So, but what you need to do is you need to work on this. You need to clear your energy field of any negative beliefs, and you have to basically talk to yourself about how you are worthy. Now, it's interesting. People don't want to bring God into the mix, but you know what? When you realize how much you're loved by the creator of the universe, you can't help but let those things go. It's a different kind of humility now. Now you see yourself as humble, and because in comparison to him, we are so small, I guess. And that's another false teaching out there, is that we are all God. Hmm. It would take me a whole video to talk on that, but we all have God within us, and we are all God's creatures. But when you really get to know him and you know his holiness, you can look at yourself in a different light. But it's not a light of I'm not good enough. It's just seeing yourself the way that he sees you. And when you see how much you're loved, you can't help but let those things go. So you let those things go, and then your belief system is good. And then you need to have faith. You need to have faith in his love for you, but also have faith in the way that he created the universe and how it works. And if you understand that you jump off a building, you're going to fall because the law of gravity is going to make you fall. When you sit in a chair without even thinking about it, you have faith that that chair is going to hold you up. When you get up to walk, you have faith that your legs are going to carry you if you have healthy legs. Do you see what I'm saying? That kind of faith is what you need in your manifestation. You need to have faith in him. You need to have faith in the laws that he put in place. And so with the belief that you are worthy, with the faith, and then gratitude. Now, gratitude is a big one. People say, oh, yes, I'm very grateful. But how grateful are you really if you're only within your bubble? You need to go outside of your bubble. What I would like to ask you to do is, for 1 week, try it for 7 days and see what happens. Keep your manifestations going. Stay in your regular ritual. If you're cleansing every day, if you're keeping your journal, whatever. Some people make vision boards. I think all that stuff is unnecessary, but I do think journaling is good, and I think prayer every day is good. Putting out there what you want to happen is good, but try this. Seek to help someone every day, somehow, some way, whatever it may be. And try to go outside of your bubble. Now, when you go outside of your bubble, I don't mean to ignore the people within your bubble. You still got to help them. And you're probably thinking, I don't have enough to help everybody. Well, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You'll watch and see. It'll expand on you. So you will have enough time. You will have enough money. You will have enough to give. Now I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. How we take care of ourselves is by replenishing ourselves spiritually, and that takes care of ourselves. Just like we eat food every day, replenish yourself spiritually every day, and you will take care of yourself. In the work that I do, I deal with a lot of tragedy, a lot of sadness, a lot of deep grief. Some people have been terribly hurt, violated. Other people are grieving the loss of a child or a spouse. That's some deep, deep hurt. And I can't take that on, because if I take that on, I'm going to actually hurt myself. So what I do is I do let it go. But I can't help it. It's not like I'm apathetic towards those people. I really do truly feel for them, and my heart goes out to them. And I do, when I say I'm going to pray for you, I do. But what I do is when I get home, I hand it over to God. And that's how I replenish myself. So many people say, oh no, take care of you. Well, see, I feel the opposite. I do take care of me by handing it over to him. But I feel that the more you take care of others, and I don't mean at your own detriment, it's hard to explain unless you're living spiritually at a high vibration. And if you are, you're not killing yourself by doing this stuff. I mean, there are people out there that'll take advantage of you, but you get the gift of discernment. So for 7 days, try this. Help somebody outside of your bubble every day, whether it be um, hearing about somebody on Facebook and either donating or offering some time, volunteering. You see somebody on the street, they come up to you and ask you for something, and whatever, give it to them. I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about having a generous heart, a generous mindset, and not just within your bubble. So if you expand your bubble to include everybody and actively seek out someone to help, so you're in belief, you're in faith, you're in gratitude, and in gratitude, you have such gratitude that you want to share. You want to reach out to others. If you go outside of your bubble, you're going to see that this actually creates a different energy in you. It's almost like a fuel, and it does help to bring in the life that you want, the life that you're supposed to live. And see, you can manifest immediately without any kind of delay if you're within the will of God. So, how do you do that? Belief, faith, and then gratitude. And the gratitude is seeking others to help. When you do that, if you're living a life of service, you're going to end up in the head seat, right? Jesus said, first of all, no man is higher than his master. Jesus was in service. And he also said, those who give their life will receive it, and those who hold on to their life will lose it. So in your gratitude, help others. Do this for 7 days. Actively seek out at least one person. Not only will your endorphins be released and you'll find that you're no longer depressed or anything, but you'll also find that the things that you desire match up with the things that are supposed to be, and you end up manifesting them right away. I got to tell you, what gets to I've had like this sadness about me the last couple weeks, and I know that the veil is getting thinner. I know that a lot of evil's going on in the world, but I'm like, okay, what is it? Well, today it was revealed to me what it is. It's the apathy of those that claim to walk in love. I expect apathy from those who don't know any better, from those who don't know or they haven't raised their vibration, and they're in a worldly mindset. I expect apathy from them, and it saddens me, but I know that they'll get there, or I pray that they'll get there. But for those who claim to already be working on it, already be there, already be, running at a high vibration, and I see apathy in them, I see that, they just bypass people in need. That saddens me. Lukewarm isn't good. We have to have passion. We have to have passion. Jesus said that he would rather see somebody have passion against him than to be lukewarm and say they're for him. And I understand that sadness. Okay, I hope that I'm going to come back in 7 days and see how this went, see if anybody does this. But 7 days, give yourself 7 days, go outside of your bubble and see what happens. All right, God bless you guys. You take care.